everybody, today I'm going to speak about dictionaries. I haven't had time to prepare this presentation properly, but I'll do my best, okay? My main purpose, though, is to speak about hyphenation at the end of the line. Before starting, I just want to say I'm a big fan of dictionaries in the English-speaking world because they are made by linguists, and in Spain we have a wonderful work of art and science, which was El Diccionario de María Moliner. English-speaking dictionaries are descriptive dictionaries, and they always offer examples of how to use the word in context, which is fundamental because if you don't know how to use the word in context, you will never learn how to speak the language properly, and you will never understand the meaning of the word in English. You will never learn to think in English properly. See what I mean? So this is why I recommend you use English dictionaries, even if you check bilingual dictionaries later on, okay? It's very important that you learn to use monolingual dictionaries first. Is it okay to use online dictionaries? Of course, but it's not okay to check a word and find its equivalent in Spanish, for instance, and that's it. Check an online monolingual dictionary if you like, but read a few examples so you can develop a sense of what it means in English and how people use the word. This is how you develop the sense of what it means, okay? And then copy some examples in your notebook, underlining the word so you can learn how to use it. This is why we work with lists of useful language, okay? So try to use this methodology if you want to be a competent speaker of the language. Now look here, this is the English departments, the 10th edition, the latest. And the blue one, this one, is my own. It's the 8th edition, and I will keep it because there are some features I really like that do not appear in the 10th edition, the latest, this more colorful one, okay? And then I will also mention style books, see the Associated Press style book, for instance, which are very useful for advanced students, okay, and teachers. And see some other books maybe, okay? Learning not to hyphenate at the end of the line. First, look at this pocket dictionary. It's Webster's. It's only got words with a little dot indicating where you can hyphenate the word at the end of the line. Can you see? Now guess, do you want to have a spelling dictionary in your lives? Well, no, unless you're going to use your English in academic studies, say if you're traveling to some English-speaking country to study at university, for instance. Now, look at these books and tell me if you find lots of hyphenation in them. Please, try to notice how many words are hyphenated on each page and try to see if you identify any that can be hyphenated in case of necessity, okay? For instance, if you're an editor and you're publishing a book, not if you're a student writing an essay or doing a writing task in an exam, in which case you never hyphenate at the end of the line, okay? Don't do it unless it's a compound noun and you can hyphenate it at no risk. Now, I'm very sorry the image is blurred, but try to do this. Okay, on page 1 I saw 2 words. On page 2 I can see 1 word. On page 3 I can see 5. On page 4 I can see 4. On page 5, I can see 1. On page 6, I can see 3. Declared plus deliberately. Father. Station. Bottle. Purchase. Stockings. Demanded. Become. Adventures. Delicious smelling. Answered. Doorway. Waiting. And now tell me, can you work out the rules? Nope. So, don't hyphenate at the end of the line, will you? Okay. Let us now have a look at a book of stories by Marilyn Monroe. Notice it's not even justified on the right-hand margin. This is typical in letters in the English-speaking world. There is no need to do that. In English, words are usually very short, so we can let words be. Marilyn Monroe, my story. Look, it's not justified on the right-hand margin. Can you see? It's not justified. It's not an issue. It's okay. And this is the foreword. See? It's okay. The distances are not an issue. And now we move to the stories, and look, the stories are not justified on the right-hand margin. As you can see, I is in lowercase 2. It's not like the usual. Usually books are justified. Letter writing doesn't need that, as I mentioned before, remember? Okay then. And now to the 10th edition of the Oxford Advanced Learner's Dictionary. Notice the dots between the words. And let us focus on an example now. Look at the prefix anti or anti. In the United States it's sometimes anti, but anti is okay for both. Look, when it's a prefix, we cannot separate it at the end of the line. Can you see? For instance, we have antibiotic, ick. As you can see, the separation is more related to the root, to prefixes and suffixes. See? For instance, antibody. See? Or before that one is antibacterial or antibacterial in the United States, anti-choice up there, okay? But as you can see, look at the word anticipate. Look at how it separates. Anticipate. Pate cannot be separated because it's one syllable. See? So it's not that we can always keep together anti. It's not. It's only when it's a prefix. See? It's complicated. Let's consider another example. For instance, app, an app, or a poll, the verb, cannot be separated, okay? But look at this page, full of words beginning with APP. The two P's can be separated, okay? You can also notice other features in the dictionary allowing you to learn other kinds of things. For example, the which word section, alone, on your own, by yourself, lonely or lone. Here it explains with examples. Or homophones, allowed, words that sound the same and spell differently. Or the difference between British or American, US American English. Or again, we have which word also, as well, or to. This page you find an interesting example of vocabulary building, a bar of a partitive, right? A bar of soap, una pastilla de jabón, a stick of gum, un chicle, de esos aplanados. On these pages you have 2 boxes with synonyms. We usually find synonyms in a thesaurus. Again, another box of which word, big, large, and great, so you can learn to use the 3 of them. Of course, the dictionary has a table of contents at the end where you can find on which pages you will find the different boxes for the different sections. I hope you're also noticing hyphenation, okay? Well, where you can separate words, okay? And here you can see that they even include information about the level where the word is learned. For instance, the word huge is meant to be learned at the A2 level, which is pre-intermediate. It's Básico 2 in Spain, right? Well, dear students, I hope this helps you become resourceful and independent lifelong learners, and it helps you improve your English, of course. Have a beautiful day.